So thank you for toasting with me tonight. We're fortunate to have such a beautiful landscape to celebrate. Tonight is about collaborative efforts and all we can accomplish when we work together. The Pelican Awards annually recognize the exceptional work of people to protect and restore the North Carolina coast. Tonight's winners have demonstrated exemplary commitment and undertaken meaningful actions to work together for a healthy coast. Congratulations to you all. Now I'm pleased to have the Coastal Federation Vice President, April Clark, join me for our awards program. Take it away, April.
Thank you, Joe. I'm April Clark, and I'm so happy to be with you all this evening. This beautiful award photo was taken by Tom Earnhardt, writer, co-producer, and host of UNC TV's Exploring North Carolina. We'll be sharing more of Tom's work and photos from additional photographers later this evening. Our Federation staff will present awards to the winners they have nominated, and we will begin with our regional awards and then follow with our coast-wide awards. All right, let's get started with our Northeast Coast Awards.
Good evening. My name is Sarah Hallis, and I'm the Coastal Education Coordinator in the Federation's Northeast office in Wanchese. I'm excited to begin the awards portion of the event by recognizing the accomplishments of an outstanding volunteer in our region, Bill Husted. We are very fortunate that when Bill retired, he chose to move to the Outer Banks and give generously of his time and interests to our work. Oftentimes, volunteers have a favorite type of project and only sign up to help with events that involve those specific tasks. But something that has made Bill stand out is that he's participated in almost all aspects of our regional projects. He's shown interest in just about everything, from measuring and monitoring oyster reefs and living shorelines to collecting marine debris during roadside and waterway cleanups. He has even helped with some planning and research on several occasions, including with the recently launched North Carolina Oyster Trail. No matter the project or the weather conditions we've faced, Bill shows up prepared for the elements with his boots, sunscreen, and bug spray, and tackles everything with enthusiasm and genuine interest. After each event, he's eager to know when the next opportunity to get involved will be. And somehow, Bill still finds time to spare to spend volunteering with other local organizations too. Thank you, Bill, for everything that you've done and for being so invested in such a variety of aspects. And I wanted to ask, are you available to help us with a project tomorrow? I'm just kidding. I'm pleased to present the first award of the evening to Bill Husted for his outstanding volunteer service to our coast. Congratulations, Bill.
Thank you, Sarah. That's quite an overview. I have to say I was quite surprised when I received a letter from the Coastal Federation saying that I was going to receive a Pelican Award. I'm very honored and to receive the award and to be listed with the other recipients tonight. Hopefully at some point in the future we'll be able to celebrate together in person. My wife Jeannie introduced me to the Outer Banks about 34 years ago, and as Sarah said, we made our home here about 5 years ago. It's a unique and beautiful place, but like any other asset, it needs to be cared for and handled with care. After I retired, I wanted to get involved with protecting the Outer Banks environment, and that's what led me to the Coastal Federation. They do a great job of investing in strategic opportunities to really make a huge impact on the environment. And those initiatives end up creating local volunteer opportunities that I've been able to take advantage of. I get to do a lot of different work, as Sarah said. The initiatives have included the oysters and some living shoreline work, clean up some storm debris, and pick up a lot of trash off the side of the road. I enjoy all the work, but could do with a little bit less of litters, and I think Sarah's working on that problem as well. So the Coastal Federation has also been supportive of projects that I've identified, and they provided resources to our local community to help advance those projects. So the work is rewarding. I find at the end of the day, I feel like I can see that something's gotten done, and I'm helping protect the Outer Banks. So to everyone at the Coastal Federation, thank you very much for the award, and please, please keep doing the great work that you do.
Congratulations, Bill. I'm Leslie Vegas, Coastal Specialist in the Northeast Office, and I love attending Outer Banks Green Drinks. Green Drinks is an international organization with groups in over 500 countries worldwide that meets monthly to bring together community members interested in environmental topics. The Outer Banks Green Drinks group is unique in that they invite a speaker to present at each of their events. Speakers have ranged from local gardeners to city planners, and fortunately for us, nonprofit employees. Coastal Federation staff has been invited to speak on our projects multiple times, and from these events, we've been able to find new volunteers, make connections with community members for us to work on collaborative projects with them, and most importantly, we've made a lot of friends. For all of this, I'm honored to present the 2020 Pelican Award for dedicated community leadership and collaboration to Terry Kirby Hathaway for establishing the event, Jody Shelton Herman and Jim and Emily Gould for carrying it on, and I have to call out all the awesome dad jokes that happened during the MC, which we love, and to Wave Riders Coffee Deli and Pub for hosting the events and staying open late and providing us with a full menu to choose from, and for always thinking of the environment and their business practices. Thank you all so much for everything that you do.
All right. I'm here. I don't know if you can see me or not, but thank you so much for everything. Green Drinks was originally started not by me, but by Sarah Falkowski, who left the area in 2010, and I took over. And then several years later, in 2016, I was thrilled to hand it over to the current leaders, Jody Herman and Jim and Emily Gould. At first we met at a lot of different places. Just to try things. We went from Chips Wine and Beer to Trio to Coastal Provisions to Black Pelican to Outer Banks Brewing Station. But we found a home in the fall of 2014, and I'm sure Bobby remembers this. This was at Wave Riders' original location, which the photo that you're seeing now is the current location. So we are really grateful for Bobby and Dave Stager's support, because we couldn't do this without them. They've just been awesome for hosting us. And we just want to thank the Coastal Fed for being speakers at our group meetings, which we always are looking for speakers. So anybody out there, if you want to come speak, let us know. But thanks so much for honoring us. We really appreciate it. And we're going to keep on. We may start doing this virtually. I don't know. We'll see about that. But thanks so much to the Coastal Federation, one of our favorite organizations. So we've got cheers to you guys. Thank you.
Congratulations to the host of OBX Green Drinks and the Wave Riders Coffee Deli Pub. My wife and I look forward to and truly enjoy those monthly mingles and can't wait to reconvene. I'm Michael Flynn, Coastal Advocate for the Northeast Regional Office, and I would like to tell you a little bit about two individuals that have had and continue to have an outstanding positive impact, not only within our community, but along the entire coast. Ivy Ingram and Matt Walker. These two individuals served as the co-chairs of the Surfrider Foundation Outer Banks chapter for over a decade. During that time, they personally led successful campaigns to oppose offshore drilling and reduce marine debris, in addition to carrying out the mission of the Surfrider Foundation. Their campaigns focused on increasing local activism, as well as lobbying for state and federal legislative action. Matt takes a bold and fearless approach when it comes to expressing the importance of protecting our coast to residents, visitors, local elected officials, and legislators. He has vehemently voiced his opposition to multiple offshore drilling proposals and continues to be a strong advocate and invaluable partner to the Don't Drill NC Coalition. Matt does whatever it takes, including donning a dolphin costume and parading through town with other chapter members to get the message out about the negative impacts of seismic surveys and offshore drilling. On a serious note, Matt's zestfulness for the coast and community is evident in his editor's notes included in every issue of the Outer Banks Milepost. The tagline of the magazine says it all: stuck here on purpose. Anyone who has been lucky enough to meet Ivy would quickly realize that she is a passionate person that cares deeply for our community, especially those little sprouts enrolled in her preschool. Her leadership and dedication to protecting the natural beauty of the coast has inspired many others in the region to follow suit, resulting in a cultural shift toward the reduction of marine debris in the Outer Banks. Ivy continues to kick butt when it comes to environmental issues in both the figurative and literal sense, but now as Commissioner and Mayor Pro Tem to the town of Kill Hills. Effective advocates like Matt and Ivy help make our coast a better place today and tomorrow. Therefore, I'm pleased to present the 2020 Pelican Award for Outstanding Community Advocacy and Engagement to Ivy Ingram and Matt Walker. Congratulations, it's well deserved.
Oh wow, worst video ever. Hey, y'all, thank you so much. We're just so humbled and flattered to be included in this and honored. We feel the same way about the Coastal Federation. You guys are great allies and strong fighters. And all the efforts that we've put in are really a representation of the labor of a lot of people, including you guys and the coalition members, every petition signed, all our headquarters. So the Surfrider chapter leadership that's coming on board, it's really been a rewarding experience to do, and we really appreciate the effort. And we'd be remiss not to mention, we lost one of our founding cornerstone members, Larry Gray, last week, and he helped start the chapter in '93. So really what we're doing is just and did was an extension of all that. And well, we're not giving up yet. So keep up the strong fight for the coast, and thank you guys for being such strong allies.
Thanks to our volunteers and everyone who's helped us, everyone that signed a petition in the past. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
So what a great group of people we have working together in the Northeast Coast. Thank you for all your wonderful contributions. Now let's move to our central coastal region.
Hi everyone, my name is Bree Sharon. I'm a coastal specialist in the Central Region, and I'm thrilled to present a Pelican Award to a town that we've been working closely with over the last several years, the town of Swansboro. Swansboro is the kind of town that doesn't prepare a plan just to let it sit on a shelf. Quite the opposite. After approving their watershed restoration plan in 2017, the town of Swansboro quickly swung into action to implement it. To begin, the town installed 3 rain gardens, 2 permeable pavement parking lots, and 2 cisterns at the town hall complex. This site now showcases model low-impact development techniques for the community to learn from. But the town didn't stop there. It worked with the Federation to install a 250-foot living shoreline to restore salt marsh habitat and reduce erosion along the town shore. At this same town park, an additional project to reduce runoff with permeable pavement is currently in the works. And the town is actively seeking additional funds to install an infiltration system at one of its stormwater outfalls. Swansboro made a commitment to clean water and is seeing it through. We are proud to partner with the town on these and future projects. So tonight, we want to recognize the town of Swansboro with a Pelican Award for dedication to restoring coastal water quality and habitats.
Thank you. As the Mayor Pro Tem here, I'm Frank Tercey. I want to speak for the 3,000 folks who call Swansboro home and thank my dear friends and former colleagues at the Coastal Federation for this award. Aside from the projects that were mentioned, we recently updated our land use plan, which makes a commitment to restore wetlands as a means of controlling the flow of polluted stormwater runoff. We were the first community in the state to include a climate change resiliency plan in our land use plan update. And, you know, in every one of these projects, the Coastal Federation was a valuable partner. And that's what these awards are about. They're about partnerships between the Federation and groups, individuals, and local governments like Swansboro. And we can do that here in Swansboro because the people who live here think it's important. And they support these efforts, and most importantly, they elect people to their Board of Commissioners who support these efforts. And we often have a jaundiced point of view these days about politics and how things often don't work, but they can work, and they can work well. And I think we in Swansboro here are an example of that. And it's through efforts with the Coastal Federation that has made that possible. So I want to thank all my friends there. And before I sign off, I want to tell Lauren that I'm actually wearing pants. She warned me at our rehearsal last week that I didn't have to wear pants, but I had to wear a shirt. So, but I want to let her know that I'm wearing pants. So there you go, Lauren. Thank you all.
We so very much appreciate our work with the town of Swansboro. Congratulations again. I am Dr. Lexia Weaver, Coastal Scientist and Regional Manager for the Federation Central Office. I am honored to present the next award of the evening for dedicated leadership in support of living shorelines. For the past 20 years, the Coastal Federation has been promoting and implementing a very important shoreline stabilization technique called living shorelines. Living shorelines are a more environmentally friendly way to protect shorelines from erosion compared to bulkheads and seawalls. Unlike bulkheads, living shorelines maintain and restore our valuable salt marsh and oyster habitat. They are less expensive, they last longer, and they have proven time and time again to better withstand the impacts of strong storms and hurricanes. One town, the town of Oriental, has geared up to fight against the impacts of these more and more frequent storms that have increasingly battered and eroded the town's shoreline and its valuable wetland habitats. In the ring, we have Town Manager Diane Miller. She has had enough of the impacts of these natural events on the town's infrastructure, its businesses, its residences, its coastal environments, and its people. She has stood strong and worked proactively to first identify the town's vulnerabilities and then determine their solutions and seek the funds necessary to safeguard and increase the town's resiliency. In particular, Oriental's Whitaker Point Peninsula was in trouble. The point serves as the primary defense for almost 300 town buildings, businesses, and residences against the waves and the surge from the Neuse River during storms and routine high wind events. Unfortunately, over 15 acres of the peninsula had eroded away. And I knew Diane meant business when on one of our first site visits to Whitaker Point, she brought a machete with her. Yes, everyone, a machete. Just in case, you never know what you're going to find out there in the field. Diane worked diligently to secure multiple grants and funding to work with the Coastal Federation to build a living shoreline around the entire peninsula to slow down and reduce the impacts of waves, thereby restoring the marsh habitat that was lost and reduce further erosion of the point. The living shoreline is currently being constructed, and it provides a stronger and more environmentally productive town coastline. I am so excited to present the 2020 Pelican Award for dedicated leadership in support of living shorelines to Diane Miller, manager of the town of Oriental. Diane, this is for you and the project team. You are our Rocking of the Coast. Congratulations.
Hey, everybody. Diane and crew were trying to join us from the shoreline site there in Oriental, and I think we're having a little bit of trouble with their audio. So I'm going to send them a quick text just to see if somehow they can get back on. But I tell you, I just haven't seen a winner go to such great efforts to try to get all of her crew there together to be able to accept this award. I can say that Diane is out there with her boxing gloves on that shoreline, just like Lexia told us. And I know that Lexia and the Coastal Federation staff have enjoyed our partnership with Diane. And there is some great aerial footage that I think we have on our website. If not, we'll have that up soon. Diane just sent a text and said that she can hear me, but they're still trying to get their audio on. So since we have just a few minutes, or we're a little bit ahead of schedule, I'd love to wait for just a second if we can and try to give her a chance to get on. I think that I know Kelly on our staff, our development, our membership director had put out some interesting quizzes for some of our members. And one of the questions I know was about oyster knives. And Kelly, maybe you can come and chat on here and let us know, but I think the answer or the question was, do you prefer oyster knives with wooden handles or ones with metal, something like that? Kelly, can you text me what the answer was? Because I was surprised. I don't use oyster knives.
Can you hear us now?
Oh, we can hear them. Thank goodness. Turn me off, please. Come on, Diane.
Sorry about that. We have a big crowd. The whole team is here. Our engineer from Kleibel and Mr. Wallace, whose property is attached to our property, and my board and mayor who allowed me to move forward with all of this, Mr. Blackerby, who brought us the problem to begin with. And we're moving really quickly, and it stood up to the last tropical storm that came through. So we have great faith that as we keep moving forward, it will be not just a hard structure, but it will do everything that Dr. Weaver told you it would. And we're going to restore habitat, and we're going to have oysters, and we're going to get grass growing where it had all eroded. So we're really happy, thankful to the Coastal Federation and all our other partners, Golden Leaf and USDA and DEQ and NRCS, EWP. Everybody jumped in. This was obviously a project that protected about a third of our town and a good portion of our economy. So thank you very much for having the faith in us that we can make it happen. Just like Dr. Weaver said, you'll have access to video, and we post pictures all the time, both on our webpage and in our Facebook page. So feel free to keep checking on us. Again, thank you for your faith in us, and we'll keep charging hard until we get it finished.
Thank you, Diane, and the town of Oriental for some truly inspiring work. That's a really great project. My name is Todd Miller, and I'm Executive Director of the North Carolina Coastal Federation. It's my pleasure to give our next award to Ken and Joy Tilley for their decision to protect open space waterfront for future generations. Last year, when Ken called about this property, he said he owned 10 acres on the Newport River that he wanted to see protected. The land is located at the mouth of Core Creek at a location known as Swimming Point. When we went and looked at the land, I knew immediately it was worth protecting. There, sitting on a tall pine tree right in the middle of the property, was the bald-head eagle, keeping a watchful eye out over the land and the river. The Tilleys are from Virginia, but they have deep roots on our coast and in Carteret County. They own a second home in Atlantic Beach, and Ken's great-great-great-grandfather was the keeper at the Cape Lookout Lighthouse. Now, thanks to the generosity of the Tilley family, the Coastal Federation is able to keep a watchful eye out over this land so that it will be well protected for future generations to come. The Tilley family has left a wonderful legacy of clean water and protected fish habitats. Thank you for your wonderful gift to the coast and to the mission of the North Carolina Coastal Federation. It is greatly appreciated.
So we can see Ken Tilley there at his home. He enjoys home in Charlottesville, Virginia. And Ken, let's see if we can hear you. Can you try that again?
Absolutely. I have not tried speaking because I didn't know I was connected. So I hope this is being received.
It's perfect.
Okay. Well, first, let me and Joy thank the North Carolina Coastal Federation for this tremendous honor. We're still relative newcomers to the organization, even though we have a long history in Carteret County. And Todd, in addition to my lighthouse keeper, I discovered recently that one ancestor purchased land on Shackleford Banks more than 300 years ago, way back in 1714. So we have a tremendous connection to Carteret County and to coastal North Carolina, even though we do live in Virginia. Our primary residence is here, and we do maintain a cottage in Atlantic Beach. So that's something we want to preserve and protect. And we certainly believe strongly in the causes of the Federation. We want to make sure that the natural habitat that we have provided is protected and preserved for future generations. And we know it will be under the auspices of the Federation. So as much as we've enjoyed the coast, we want future generations to have that same opportunity and appreciate all the work done by the Federation in making that possible. Thank you so much for this award also.
Wow, I just admire all the great work by these dedicated coastal stewards. Thank you all. Your actions are inspiring. Now let's move down south to see who our lineup is tonight.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tracy Scrable, and I'm a scientist and the Southeast Regional Manager for the Federation. Today, I am truly honored to present the 2020 Pelican Award for dedicated leadership in cultural heritage and conservation to Barnes Sutton with the town of Navassa. Navassa is a small but growing town west of Wilmington on the Cape Fear River. During the antebellum era, Navassa was home to many plantations, drawing on experience in rice farming from many slaves brought here from Africa. After the Civil War, Wilmington businessmen imported large deposits of guano found on a small island west of Jamaica called Navassa, and this led to a thriving fertilizer industry in North Carolina's Navassa and the naming of the town in 1885. Eventually, one plantation was sold to a creosote wood treatment plant, and it operated on the river here for 4 decades. Unfortunately, this plant left a legacy of contamination of the site and the adjacent waters. And since 2010, the site has been on EPA's Superfund priority list. Since 2016, the town has worked with EPA, the state, a multi-state trust, and numerous partners to clean up the pollution and remediate the damage left. Into this collision of past, present, and future steps Barnes Sutton as the Director of Planning and Development since 2017. With a background in urban planning, historic preservation, community revitalization, and transportation, Barnes leads a planning process to ensure sound development and the preservation of the cultural heritage and conservation of the town of Navassa. For his second full-time job, he represents the town's interest through the cleanup and redevelopment of the Kerr-McGee site. Barnes's unwavering commitment and dedication is truly admirable, and we sincerely thank you for your leadership and offer you this award.
That's you. That's you, Daddy.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Thank you so much for this. I was super excited when I got the letter, and really everything for me is just being able to work on something that's bigger than myself and bigger than the town. But everything I do, really is just to tell the stories of the people that have worked before me or been in the area before me. And everybody knows that I try and bring my little man everywhere I go, especially to anything environmental. So he's here with me for this. But I just wanted to thank everybody that I lean upon, because, funny thing is that I went to UNCW for my undergrad and my graduate program. And I quickly realized my freshman year that I was nowhere near smart enough to do marine biology, which is the whole reason I went in the first place. But I'm so glad that I can lean upon people that are way smarter than me to do that job. And so I'll always reach out to Miss Tracy and Veronica, Dana Sargent and Robert Shue, everybody that I can reach out to help me, bring about some of these pipe dreams that I bring up in random phone calls and emails. So again, just thank you very much, and thank you for letting me be a part of such a esteemed group. And I'm looking forward to working with you guys more and more in the future.
Thank you very much for joining us for this special occasion. I'm Ted Wilgus, the Senior Coastal Specialist with the Southeast Region Office. In September 2018, Hurricane Florence lingered along our coast, dumping rain and pounding coastal structures. As a result, thousands of these structures, docks, piers, walkways, and bulkheads were damaged or destroyed, depositing pressure-treated wood, polystyrene dock floats, and other marine debris into our estuaries. Unfortunately, there was no system in place to collect this debris. Fortunately, we were able to work with the North Carolina General Assembly funding and our partners, the Division of Coastal Management, Division of Marine Fisheries, and the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission, and local communities to undertake a multi-year and unprecedented level of cleanup of this marine debris. Today, we're focusing and highlighting the incredible efforts of several individuals and agencies who are helping with this effort. First, Jody Huey, along with his dad Joe, Mikey Willis, and Josh Whitney, are all commercial fishermen working along the New River and Sneads Ferry. Fortunately, they were able to join this effort because they are very hard workers and they're dedicated to this effort. They spent many hot, hard days working to clean up marine debris, averaging about a ton a day, and displayed an incredible amount of pride and stewardship in their work during this cleanup. They also provided us a lot of ideas and lessons learned from cleaning up and what they saw out in the environment that'll help us form policy moving forward to reduce this amount of marine debris. Secondly, the Onslow County Solid Waste Department, led by Melissa Moore and Jamie Harrell, who've had a history of supporting cleanups and community efforts, jumped in to help with this project. They were faced with tight budgets and limited equipment, but they supplied free of charge the use of their dumpsters and hauling to their landfill, which saved the project thousands of dollars, which then could be used for more cleanup. Finally, the town of Holly Ridge, the Public Works Department, led by Mike McFan and his team, They have a long-standing partnership with the Federation through their stewardship of the Morris Landing Clean Water Preserve on Stump Sound. They saw the incredible amount of debris that was being brought to shore by the fishermen, and they jumped in and supplied the front-end loader and labor to load that debris into dumpsters, which saved the fishermen a lot of effort and also gave us more time to clean up more debris. So all these individuals and agencies have been supporting this effort, and we are incredibly grateful and proud to call them partners. And we are very happy to award them the Pelican Award for collaborative efforts to keep our coast clean of debris. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joe Huey, and this is my crew, Captain Joey Huey, crew members Mikey Willis and Joshua Whitney, and we're very proud to accept this Pelican Award this afternoon. We'd like to thank Mr. Ted Wilkins for giving us a chance and sticking with us, Mr. Todd Miller for all his hard work and dedication, and Miss Tracy Scrabble for those delicious muffins down in Wrightsville Beach, and everyone else at the Coastal Federation that makes all this possible. You guys have given us more than just a job. You guys have given us awareness. Each one of us has worked on the river for a living in our past, and we were always conscious of debris. However, until this project, we weren't conscious of how much debris there was out there. So after we put away all the trash bags and all the projects are over and all the trash pokers are put up, we'll still have that awareness. We're very proud of the work we do, and we're very humbled to be able to give back to a place that's provided us a living, a place that's fed us, and a place that's made us who we are today. So we just want to let you guys know that we really appreciate this and that we won't take it for granted. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe and his crew. I'm Jeff Wenzel. I'm the mayor of Holly Ridge, and one of the places that I love talking and mentioning to anyone who's moving to the area or businesses is Morris Landing. And of course, that is where the Living Shoreline Lab is for the Coastal Federation. So it just seemed like a great partnership for us to help out with some equipment to be able to help expedite the process and to make it more efficient and to eliminate some of the heavy lifting that would be without the front end loader. One thing I just want to update with Morris Landing. I was actually there a few months ago for bagging some oysters. I was able to help a little bit and actually be able to do a Facebook Live video from my Mayor Jeff Wenzel page just to bring awareness to the area about this great thing that we have here in North Carolina and right here in Holly Ridge. And also, we're looking to add a restroom facility at the Morris Landing area too. So whenever we have volunteers down bagging oysters, they'll have a place to use the restroom as well too. So just another way that Holly Ridge is looking to partner with the Coastal Federation. Thank you so much for this award, and we were so glad that we were able to come alongside and help out with this project.
It is absolutely incredible what this next group has accomplished for our coast. My name is Bonnie Mitchell, and I'm the Coastal Education Coordinator for our Southeast region. On a Saturday morning each April, thousands of volunteers fan out across Wilmington and New Hanover County to roll up their sleeves and tackle community stewardship projects through Work on Wilmington. These results are amazing. Projects that would normally take days to weeks are completed in just half a day. Work on Wilmington is organized each year by the current class of Leadership Wilmington, a civic leadership development program of the Wilmington Chamber Foundation that educates participants about the community they live in and encourages them to get involved. Initiated by the 2006 class of leadership, Work on Wilmington works in partnership with community organizations and agencies to create meaningful, hands-on service projects that improve quality of life and achieve tangible results. Since 2010, Work on Wilmington has partnered with the Federation, New Hanover County Schools, and Carolina Beach State Park to engage over 800 volunteers in water quality protection and habitat restoration projects. Volunteers have pulled weeds, installed plants, and spread mulch to maintain rain gardens and stormwater wetlands at schools to ensure polluted runoff soaks into the ground, instead of flowing into Hewitt's Creek. Volunteers build a 200-foot-long oyster reef in half a day along the shoreline of the Cape Fear River as part of a living shoreline project in Carolina Beach State Park. I could not be more pleased to present the 2020 Pelican Award for Outstanding Business and Community Volunteerism to the Greater Wilmington Chamber Foundation.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Great. Unfortunately, Natalie English is not able to be here to present her award and passed along her disappointment along with her gratitude. Natalie greatly appreciates the recognition as well as the long partnership we've had for Work on Wilmington.
Well, we've heard from the Northeast, Central, and Southeast coasts, and a truly inspiring group of people. Thank you for all for going the extra mile for the coast. Next, we have a few more awards in our coast-wide category for efforts that go beyond the regional scope.
Thank you. This event is always so inspirational. I love to hear about the great work that is taking place coastwide and the extraordinary people that are helping to make it happen. I'm Erin Fleckenstein, coastal scientist and regional manager of our Wanchese office, and I have the great pleasure of introducing the next award winner. This next winner is someone who has dedicated her career to creating, organizing, and hosting successful training and outreach events that focus on coastal resource issues. She has effectively worked with all of our offices and on nearly every coastal resource issue that we tackle. When we need to plan a training event on living shorelines for real estate professionals or marine contractors, when we want to get more landscapers and engineers interested and excited about low-impact development in rain gardens, when we want to pull together a large group of stakeholders to plan for the future of oyster restoration and protection efforts in North Carolina, we turn to one woman, Whitney Jenkins with the North Carolina Coastal Reserve. In a collaboration that began as an invitation from Whitney to the Coastal Federation to present at one of her workshops, our relationship has transformed into an effective and lasting partnership. Whitney has been instrumental in helping the Federation convey important messages and ideas that are key to our mission. We collectively educate, train, and engage coastal communities about environmental issues. Most recently, when we had to make a 180-degree change in how we were going to work with stakeholders to update the NC Oyster Blueprint due to COVID-19, Whitney quickly helped us transform our in-person workshop into a series of successful virtual meetings that engaged nearly 200 participants and solicited input on key strategies being considered in the plan update. Whitney is a professional and expert in group facilitation, event organization, and recruitment. She has been and will continue to be an invaluable asset to the Federation's outreach efforts. Whitney, I am pleased to present you with this year's Coastwide Award for Exemplary Commitment, Coastal Resource Training, and Collaboration. I owe you more than one beer at this point, but here's to you, girl. When do you want to start planning our next meeting?
Oh my gosh, Erin, thank you so much for your kind words. We definitely need to get a beer soon. It's very special that I'm getting this award alongside one of my colleagues, also from the North Carolina Coastal Reserve and National Estuarine Research Reserve. And their award is next, so I won't spoil the surprise. It's exciting to be recognized for the work that I love to do, which is bringing together coastal stakeholders and providing training for professionals to protect our coastal resources. This work can be challenging and we have a lot of hurdles to overcome, but I so appreciate this recognition and that my work has an impact. It's a pleasure to do work in partnership with the Federation staff. When I found out I received this award, I started a list of all the Federation staff that I work with, and that list was just way too long. Turns out I work with almost everyone here at the staff. I want to thank the leadership at the Coastal Reserve and the Division of Coastal Management Rebecca Ellen and Braxton Davis are online with us tonight for supporting my facilitation, collaboration, and training work with the diverse group of partners I work with along the coast. So thank you again for this honor. I'm really looking forward to a time when we can get back together, share a drink and a laugh. So cheers to all of you guys.
Way to go, Whitney! Woo! Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel Bassesi. I'm a Coastal Education Coordinator at our central office, and our next winner actually works really closely with Whitney at the Coastal Reserve. And I am so excited that I get to tell you all about Paula Gillikin. Paula is a Beaufort native who exemplifies leadership, and her dedication to protecting coastal habitats and wildlife has been evident throughout her life. She has been the Central Sites Manager for the Rachel Carson and Bermuda Island National Estuarine Research Reserves since 2007. This means that she's the one who ensures that these sites are protected as outdoor classrooms for both education and research. She's a skilled facilitator and has been crucial in the development of the North Carolina Marine Debris Action Plan. She facilitates all the action plan meetings and workshops while also serving on the leadership team, the advisory and implementation committee, and several subcommittees. Paula also recently helped to organize the removal of almost 127,000 pounds of marine debris, including 11 abandoned vessels along Beaufort's waterways. She is smart and determined, and she's also a skilled captain. She loves animals, and she shares my love for gas station cheese biscuits. This is no exaggeration, but y'all, if I were ever to go into battle, not only would I want Paula to be on my team, but I would want her to be the one in charge. Girl gets it done. Paula has demonstrated a true commitment to the coast and works diligently for its future. And for that, I'm so pleased to present this 2020 Pelican Award for Exceptional Leadership and Facilitation of Coastal Stewardship to Paula Gillikin. Woo!
Paula, I think you're good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Rachel. I am about to fall out of my chair in laughter and smiles and about to break out into tears. That was a wonderful introduction. And thank you so much, everyone at the Coastal Reserve, and to my colleague, Whitney, for helping me to become a great facilitator. And I just want to point out that it takes a team to achieve the dream. And this award is not just for me, but a team of people that have been working on an issue that matters to everyone. Everyone, regardless of their political affiliation or their religion or anything else, can get on board with cleaning up and protecting our coast so that we can enjoy it for recreation and tourism and protecting ourselves from sea level rise and environmental change. So I really appreciate this award, and it means so much more than just me. It means that our team is being successful and that everyone along the coast of North Carolina is benefiting from our trashy work with marine debris and abandoned vessels. Thank you, everyone, including my supervisor, Rebecca Ellen, and Braxton Davis, the director of the Division of Coastal Management, for letting me step outside my core job duties to take on this important work. Thank you again.
Congratulations, Paula. Thanks so much for all you do. We really appreciate it. I'm Lauren Clody. I'm Deputy Director with the Coastal Federation, and tonight I'm not presenting an award to just one person or even two people,
but an entire division. But I'm not going to tell you which one just yet. I'll give you a clue. This division actually works to maintain a network of over 240 boating access sites and 140 fishing areas along our state. They're responsible for all the stages of design, permitting, and construction of these sites. And over the past couple of years, they've really stepped out of the box, and they're looking at doing things differently with alternative designs to reduce stormwater runoff and enhance fish and wildlife habitat. And our partnership began with them on a project in the town of Beaufort, where we actually pooled resources with the town, the Wildlife Resource Commission, Clean Water Management Trust Fund, and the Coastal Federation. We all came together and were able to, with this partnership, install permeable paving grids on the site to collect and soak up polluted stormwater runoff instead of, conveying it straight to Taylor's Creek. This project actually led to kind of a formal agreement where we've, decided we want to continue working together and look at different opportunities. And we are really proud to work with such a great group of dedicated and talented professionals. And so I am pleased to present the 2020 Pelican Award for dedicated partnership to protect and restore coastal water quality and habitat to the North Carolina Wildlife Resource Commission Engineering Division.
Thank you, Lauren, for that introduction. I'm grateful to accept this award tonight on behalf of the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission and our engineering division. We'd also like to thank the Coastal Federation and the town of Beaufort for partnering with us on the Beaufort Boat Access Area renovation project. Through collaboration with these partners, we were able to develop a plan that incorporated permeable pavement into the site and our parking areas to reduce our stormwater runoff to Taylor's Creek, while at the same time increasing the access that we're providing to our state's boaters at that site. And we look forward to similar collaborations with the Coastal Federation and our other partners on the coast in the future. Thank you again.
What an impressive program. Hi, I'm Mark Hibbs. I'm editor at Coastal Review Online. This is the second year that CRO has recognized another news publication with a Pelican Award. Last year it was Port City Daily of Wilmington. This year we are recognizing the publishers of the Ocracoke Observer, a newspaper that's still printed on paper, except during the most extreme circumstances. On the morning after Hurricane Dorian hit the North Carolina coast in September 2019, most of us breathed a big sigh of relief that we were spared the devastation that we'd seen a year before with Hurricane Florence. Our own headline that Friday morning, September 6th, described Dorian as grazing the North Carolina coast overnight. But then we started to hear about Ocracoke Island and severe flooding. Over that weekend, we were able to assemble a report that was a comprehensive assessment of the damage in the village and the beginning recovery. Our primary source for the story was Peter Vankovich, co-publisher of The Observer, who was camped out at the Ocracoke Fire Station, which, despite also having been flooded during the storm, was serving as headquarters for the recovery teams. People love Ocracoke, and when folks saw that the need was great, they responded in a big way. In the days that followed, Connie Leinbach's reporting on relief efforts were a vital source of information, not only for Ocracoke residents, but also for those elsewhere seeking to help by volunteering or through donations. Her reporting, which was published online and that we republished on our pages, noted the overwhelming response and provided links and information on how to best help those in need. When CROs started work on the recent series of stories gauging how attitudes toward climate science had changed during the past decade, Connie and Peter supported our efforts as partners and contributed to the reporting. Connie and Peter are not only the Observer's co-publishers, they are also the staff writers, photographers, editors, business managers, circulation managers, advertising managers, and whatever other jobs are required. Peter and Connie are what community journalism is all about, not only giving people the information they need, but also helping connect people. The work Connie and Peter do is an essential service, not only to the residents of their immediate community, but also to the larger coastal region and the world beyond. That's why we think their work deserves recognition. We are pleased to present the 2020 Pelican Award, Peter Vankovich and Connie Leinbach, for dedicated service to coastal community journalism. Congratulations.
Hey there. Hey, thanks so much for that intro, Mark. We appreciate it. I mean, Dorian was an incredible experience. Suddenly, we were that place you see on TV. Yeah, no, I was there right after the thing blew over, and we stayed with it. We did, I don't know, 200, 300 stories, and the community is still recovering from Hurricane Dorian. We still have a lot of houses that have to be rebuilt. A lot have been lifted up. Many are still psychologically in turmoil. So, and anyway, we just love the coast. We love it here on Ocracoke. It's a wonderful place. We're happy to be a part of the Coastal Federation, and we appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Right. I'll say thank you too. This is Peter Vankovich, and I have to shout out to the Coastal Review Online. Mark Hibbs and the team over there have been absolutely just quality work. And that's the thing that we strive for. And they're go-to people. When we're working on a story, we can give them a call and try to get some background on all of that. So that's an amazing story for itself. I also want to point out, you know, going towards the end of this, looking at all the great work that all of people throughout the whole Eastern Carolina has been doing on this, I would suggest we all try to network and let's keep in touch. If we can get emails and Facebooks and things like that. And believe me, if you ever need anything from Ocracoke, we got thousands of photos. We've got stories. We got 3,000 online stories since 2014 and all of that. So please keep that in mind when you're looking for us. Now, you know, some newspapers get Pulitzers and, you know, actors get, you know, Oscars, but, you know, we got a Pelican tonight. I'm really serious. We were so happy to receive that. And it was totally unexpected, by the way. We did not anticipate that, but we're certainly aware of the great work that the Coastal Federation has done over the last years. You know, back in 2013, I think Gene Balance and James Barry Gaskell, deceased recently, got a Pelican Award. So just to get an award that they got says something, it's humbling for us over here.
So yeah, check us out online, ocracokeobserver.com, and come visit us on Ocracoke.
So let's all keep working. And finally, I can't help, since we're a newspaper, put a commentary editorial, brace ourselves. We got our work cut out for ourselves in the next
more hurricanes, y'all.
For years, I think. You know, there's so many different issues. So let's all continue to work and be positive. Thank you.
Cheers. Hear, hear. Thank you.
Peter and Connie, thank you for the job you've done to report the news from Ocracoke during some really difficult times. And thank you for the partnership you have with Coastal Review Online. Together, we are able to keep North Carolinians much better informed about our coastal environment. Well, it's my pleasure to give our final award tonight to someone for their lifetime achievement. This award is going to William Bill Hart of New Hanover County. Bill was first elected to the Soil and Water Conservation District in New Hanover County in 2002. He now serves as its chair of that board. Bill has brought that organization really persistent, dedicated, and inspired leadership over the years. In fact, it was Bill's brainchild that resulted in the North Carolina General Assembly creating and continuing to fund a new program called the Community Assistance Program that is designed to provide cost share assistance to landowners in our urbanized or developed areas to better protect water quality by using low impact development practices. The Coastal Federation has taken advantage of this program in multiple counties to install rain gardens, cisterns, and even living shorelines. Bill seems to have always been involved in natural resource management one way or another. I understand he was a state forester in Utah, even though, Bill, I didn't think Utah had that many trees, as well as a director of state parks in Nevada. I remember Bill from many years ago coming to one of our field trips in his flashy convertible with a big smile on his face, but a determination to share his knowledge and insights as to how to best go about protecting our coast. Bill, thank you for your continued persistent involvement in our work in helping the Coastal Federation to fulfill our mission. Thank you for your friendship, and thank you for accepting this award tonight. Your service is greatly appreciated.
Well, those are very kind words, Todd, and I value our relationship over time. But in between ancient state forester business, I thought I would mention some other ancient history. I was a contract staff person for a little-known interagency committee on multiple use of the coastal zone in the mid-60s. And the work of that committee led to the Coastal Management Act of 1972. So I've been interested and involved in coastal management for all those years. I mention this simply because of the relationship I've had with the Coastal Federation. I started with Todd, I guess, in 2000 with a little article that he published with a mimeograph machine. But since then, the Federation has become a marvelously influential organization that advocates for the wise use of coastal resources and, most importantly, gets things done on the ground through the work of their staff and particularly for this impressive network of volunteers. Now, this is important because it indicates how deeply I appreciate being recognized by such a prestigious organization. It didn't come easily, and I joined a bracket of outstanding former Pelican Award winners. And of course, anything that I've done wasn't done alone. It was done with the help, assistance, and guidance of a great number of people. And to them, I say thank you. And to all of you who contribute and make the North Carolina Coastal Federation as great as it is, thank you. And I hope that we both can get together and continue to protect this incredible North Carolina coast. Thank you all very much. It's heartfelt, and hopefully I'll get to share it with as many of you as possible. Thanks again.
Well, Bill, it's been wonderful working with you all these years, and with all the other folks that have been recognized tonight. When you do work like this, a lot of times people have come to you with a lot of good ideas. And over the years, I think I've realized that ideas are easy, accomplishing them is the hard part. And what we've seen tonight are really dedicated folks that know how to get things done and who, through their actions, are providing the inspiration that we all need to stay enthused about protecting and restoring our coast in the years ahead. Soon, you'll be, if you haven't already, you'll be receiving our new newsletter, which is focused primarily on these award winners and includes descriptions of what they've done and accomplished. And we're very proud to be able to publicize their efforts and their accomplishments, because without them, the work that we do would run aground pretty quickly and be pretty stagnant. So it's really rewarding to be able to recognize each of you. There's a statement that we've used over the years to describe these awards, and it's about ordinary people that are accomplishing extraordinary things. And I think we've all seen that with the comments we've heard from everybody. You are really the leaders of the efforts to protect our coast. You really are there on the forefront, but you're also leading from behind in making the job of managing our coast by our elected officials and appointed officials much easier because of what you're accomplishing to lay the groundwork for what has to be done. I hope next year that all the award winners this year are able to come in person to our Pelican Awards, so we can do something to recognize you again and actually have a chance to shake your hand and hug you and thank you for the work you're accomplishing. So I think, I hope you felt, everybody that's been viewing this has felt as inspired as I felt by what we've heard tonight from our winners. And once again, I want to thank you again for a job well done. I think we'll go back to Joe.
So congratulations again to all of tonight's winners. It's great to celebrate such an amazing group of people. Let's give them a big round of applause. There's supposed to be an applause app here. Now I'm going to turn it over to Sarah King, our development director, to close out tonight's events and announce the lucky raffle winner.
Hi, everyone. The Pelican Awards is always such a special night, and it's a different format this year, but I mean, I'm wiping my eyes and trying to get ready to be on screen because it's been just as heartwarming as ever. I just love seeing all the familiar faces and hearing all the stories. So thank you all for being here tonight for this virtual version of our Pelican Awards. And the format was different, but the stories were just as inspiring as ever. Before we go to our Coastal Encore, I am pleased to announce our lucky winner for the raffle for a 25-person oyster roast from Oysters Carolina. So every raffle ticket purchase was assigned a number, and the winner was selected using a random number generator. If you purchased 5 raffle tickets, you had 5 numbers entered in the drawing. And the winner is Christy Jones. Very exciting. Congratulations, Christy, and I'm sure you're about to have a lot of people who want to be one of your 25 best friends. We'll be in touch with you next week about claiming your prize. I also wanted to take a moment for a special thank you for 2 of our interns this year who were really instrumental in sorting out the logistics of a virtual event, Huda Aslam and Lisa Miles. These were really uncharted waters for us, and we would never have navigated a virtual event without their help. Huda and Lisa, we're grateful for your help, for your patience, and for your can-do attitudes. Thank you. Next, we'll wrap up the evening with our Coastal Encore, and we hope you'll enjoy a slideshow of photos from Federation staff. and from friends like Tom Earnhardt, who provided our awards photo again this year. We'll also play some music from the coastal cohorts, so we hope you'll kick back and enjoy some great music and photos. Just one last reminder, the online auction closes in about 30 minutes at 8 o'clock, so you have just a little while longer to place those final bids. And you can visit the auction at the website shown here. One more big thank you to our sponsors. Thank you all so much. Our premier sponsor, Wells Fargo, and our leadership sponsors, Restoration Systems, and Wilbank Smith & Thomas Asset Management, and to all of our wonderful, loyal sponsors shown here. We wouldn't be here without you. Congratulations again to all of our award winners, and thank you all for being here tonight.